Have you ever held a treasure in your hand, but described it like a common stone? This is the silent pain of having a limited vocabulary. You possess brilliant ideas, deep feelings, and immense value, but they remain locked inside a cage of small words. When you speak, the world sees only a fraction of who you truly are. It's frustrating to feel intelligent in your mind. It sounds simple to others, but English isn't merely about grammar rules or textbooks. It's about painting vivid pictures in the mind of the listener. Today, we share the story of a merchant who discovered that the right words are not just labels, they are the keys that unlock the world's riches. In the heart of the Golden Port, where the air smelled of salt and cinnamon, lived a merchant named Elias. His stall was a hidden gem, filled with the softest silks and freshest spices. Yet, while the market buzzed with life, Elias stood in a bubble of silence. Around him, other merchants sang songs about their wares, describing rugs as woven from starlight and perfumes as bottled memories. But Elias only knew gray, simple words. When a customer stopped, he would simply point and say, "This is good. Very nice. Please." His goods were vibrant, but his language was colorless. In a city painted with words, Elias was invisible, fading into the background of his own shop. One afternoon, a golden carriage stopped. A noblewoman in velvet stepped out, seeking a royal gift. She approached Elias's humble stall. His heart raced. He possessed a secret treasure, a roll of silk dyed with rare indigo from the east. It was his masterpiece, smoother than water. Un projet. Expecting her to gasp in wonder, she touched the fabric and asked, "Tell me, merchant, what makes this special?" Elias froze. His mind was full of feelings of the deep ocean, the evening sky, the mystery of night, but his mouth only found small, weak words. "It is very blue," he stammered nervously, "and very soft. Good quality. Please, buy." The noblewoman frowned, disappointed. "Just blue." She turned away coldly. She walked to the next stall, where a rival merchant held up a rough, common cloth. "This," the man whispered poetically, "is woven from the midnight sky itself, capturing the faint light of the stars." The woman's eyes widened. She bought it immediately. Elias stood paralyzed. He watched the gold coins flow into another man's pocket, unaware that the thief was his own limited tongue. Desperate in watching his coin purse empty, Elias locked the heavy wooden doors of his shop. The market had rejected him, not for his goods, but for his silence. Whispers in the tavern spoke of a merchant of words who lived in the high library, a tower piercing the clouds. Driven by hunger and hope, Elias climbed the 1,000 stone steps, his legs burning with every stride. He expected to find a sorcerer selling a magic charm. Instead, he pushed open the oak doors to find a quiet room filled not with gold, but with dusty mountains of books. An old man sat reading by a candle. Elias fell to his knees, breathless. "Master," he pleaded, "I have the best goods, but empty pockets. Please, sell me the trick to selling." The master did not offer a potion or a secret handshake. Instead, he bent down slowly and picked up a dry, withered brown leaf that had blown in through the open window. He held it out to Elias with a challenge in his eyes. "Sell this to me," he commanded softly. Elias blinked in confusion. He took the fragile thing in his rough hands. "It is a brown leaf," he stammered, feeling foolish. "It is very dry. It is hold." "All?" The master shook his head, disappointed, and took it back. He closed his eyes and inhaled the scent of the decay. "This," the master whispered, his voice trembling with reverence, "is a crinkled memory of autumn. It carries the crunch of the ancient forest floor and the final breath of the summer sun before the winter sleep." Elias leaned in, completely mesmerized. Suddenly, that worthless piece of trash seemed precious. He wanted to hold it. He wanted to own that memory. The realization struck him hard, like a bolt of lightning. He had been selling objects, while the master was selling stories. The master looked at Elias and smiled wisely. "Vocabulary is the paint," he explained softly. "The world is your canvas. If you only have 3 colors, good, bad, nice, your painting will be boring. No one will stop to look at your art." He picked up a flowing silk scarf. To say this is nice is lazy. It tells me nothing, but to call it exquisite or radiant, that implies deep value. He taught Elias that synonyms are not just different words, they are different feelings. Big is a fact, but colossal is an emotion. Sad is a state, but heartbroken is a tragedy. Elias spent the next few weeks not just memorizing lists, but truly tasting the words. He learned to feel the specific emotion hidden inside every syllable, expanding both his mind and his tongue to capture the whole world. Elias returned to the market, no longer the silent merchant. When the noblewoman passed his stall, she paused, remembering his previous failure. She touched the blue silk hesitantly. This time, Elias did not say it was merely soft. He took a breath and painted a picture. "This cloth," he whispered, "is as gentle as a summer breeze against the skin, dyed with the deep indigo of a twilight ocean." The woman gasped, eyes widening in wonder. She was enchanted, not just by the fabric, but by the feeling. She paid double the asking price without question. Soon, crowds gathered. His stall became the busiest in the port, not because his goods had changed, but because his words finally did. Remember, your vocabulary is your true net worth. The more precise words you own, the more value you can reveal to the world. Do not let your brilliance remain hidden behind simple language. Challenge yourself to learn just one new descriptive word today. If you want to paint your future with brighter colors, please subscribe and join us for the next lesson.